Did you know that your daily cup of coffee could actually help you burn body fat? Coffee isn't just for boosting energy, it might also help you lose weight. Did you know that in the United States alone, we drink about 400 million cups of coffee every single day? Don't worry, that's not just one very caffeinated person. About half the U.S. population, 107 million people, enjoy coffee daily. But where did this beloved brew come from, and how does it affect us? Let's dive in. Coffee's origins trace back to 9th century Ethiopia. According to legend, a few goats became unusually energetic after munching on some mysterious berries. Curious shepherds tried the beans themselves, felt a boost, and the rest is history. Soon, coffee swept across Europe, becoming the cultural staple we know today. Today, the average American drinks 3.1 cups of coffee daily, though experts recommend keeping it under 4 cups or about 400 milligrams of caffeine. Personally, I push those limits with my 22-ounce cups. Remember, moderation is key. Not everyone can handle coffee. About 25% of people have a genetic variation that slows caffeine metabolism in the liver, leading to jitteriness and anxiety. If you're one of them, cutting back on caffeine might be a good idea. For some, coffee can temporarily raise blood pressure due to increased adrenaline, especially in those prone to hypertension. But for most people, this effect is minor and short-lived. Studies show that coffee offers surprising health benefits, from lowering cancer risks to improving mental focus. Earlier studies linking coffee to issues like pancreatic cancer turned out to be flawed. So enjoy your coffee guilt-free. It might even help protect your health. Here's why coffee makes you feel so energized. Caffeine blocks adenosine, a brain chemical that signals fatigue while boosting adrenaline and dopamine. The result? That alert, motivated feeling we all love. Studies show that coffee boosts memory, mood, vigilance, and reaction times. In fact, one of the simplest smart drug combinations is caffeine and L-theanine, an amino acid found in tea. Together, they enhance focus while smoothing out caffeine's jittery edge. And the long-term benefits? Coffee drinkers have a 65% lower risk of Alzheimer's and up to a 60% reduced risk of Parkinson's. Coffee promotes dopamine release, which is crucial for brain health. Plus, its polyphenols pack a powerful antioxidant punch. Coffee isn't just a caffeine fix, it contains small amounts of B-complex vitamins, potassium, and magnesium. Even one of its compounds can be converted into niacin, another B vitamin essential for energy production. Here's something incredible. Coffee protects your liver. With non-alcoholic fatty liver disease affecting about 20 million Americans, coffee is more than a wake-up call. It's a liver lifesaver. Drinking 4 cups a day can reduce the risk of cirrhosis by a staggering 80% and lower your chances of liver cancer by 40%. Feeling down? A Harvard study found that women who drank 4 or more cups a day had a 20% lower risk of depression, and a larger study showed a 53% lower risk of suicide among coffee drinkers. Why? Coffee stimulates dopamine and catecholamines, your brain's happy chemicals. Personally, I find coffee helps with creative work. It's my go-to for writing. And yes, the occasional caffeine-fueled burst of inspiration is very real. Coffee doesn't just boost your mood. It helps combat the 2 leading causes of death: cardiovascular disease and cancer. Drinking coffee is linked to a 15% lower risk of colon cancer and a 40% lower risk of liver cancer. Now, what about your heart? While caffeine can cause a slight temporary increase in blood pressure, regular coffee drinkers build tolerance, and that effect disappears. In fact, women who drink coffee moderately are at a lower risk of coronary heart disease, and coffee reduces the risk of stroke by 20%. All right, let's uncover the hidden elements in coffee that can actually help you lose body fat. The star player here is caffeine. Decades ago, scientists discovered that caffeine enhances endurance by releasing stored fat from fat cells. It does this by triggering catecholamines, like norepinephrine and epinephrine. These hormones activate an enzyme called hormone-sensitive lipase, which breaks down triglycerides in fat cells into glycerol and free fatty acids. These are then released into the bloodstream. Releasing fat isn't the same as burning fat. If you don't use those free fatty acids, like through exercise, they just go back into storage in a process called re-esterification. To truly burn fat, you need oxygen, and that means physical activity. Now let's talk about those so-called fat burner supplements. Most of them rely on two mechanisms: increasing thermogenesis or boosting fat mobilization. The other mechanism, promoting fat release, is also limited. Most of the supplements are glorified caffeine pills with a sprinkle of unproven ingredients. Take Synephrine, for example. It's a popular substitute for ephedrine, which was banned in 2004. While Synephrine does have some fat-burning effects, studies show the results are still modest at best, even when paired with exercise. I've seen the hype firsthand. I once tried Ervingia gabonensis, a so-called miracle fat burner from an African tree. Despite the claims about its ability to reduce body fat and improve cholesterol, I noticed absolutely no change. Most of these exotic ingredients don't live up to the marketing. The good news? Coffee itself is a natural, effective ally for fat loss. It's not a miracle worker, but paired with exercise, its ability to release stored fat can help fuel your efforts. Plus, it's affordable, accessible, and doesn't come with the exaggerated claims of fat burner supplements. First up, trigonelline, or trig. This little-known compound found in coffee is a derivative of niacin, a B vitamin. Once inside your body, trig can convert into niacin, but its benefits go beyond just being a vitamin source. Trig acts as a powerful antioxidant, lowers inflammation, and even offers anti-obesity effects. It also plays a role in protecting against diabetes. Now let's talk about two compounds found mainly in unfiltered coffee, cafestol and cawiol. Cafestol, found in higher amounts in unfiltered coffee, raises cholesterol by inhibiting bile production in the liver. Without bile, the body can't efficiently eliminate excess cholesterol. But this effect is negligible with filtered coffee. Cafestol offers anti-inflammatory, anti-obesity, and anti-diabetic effects, and even helps prevent certain cancers, while cawiol shares these benefits but doesn't raise cholesterol as much. Both compounds are effective in preventing fat accumulation. Regular coffee consumption can help combat metabolic syndrome, lowering blood sugar, reducing insulin resistance, and decreasing body fat. Coffee also prevents new fat formation by inhibiting enzymes involved in lipogenesis, with compounds like caffeine, trigonelline, and cafestol playing key roles. It activates AMP-activated protein kinase, which boosts fat burning and blocks fat storage. Additionally, coffee's activation of FOXO protein reduces fat synthesis and may contribute to longer lifespans. These effects, along with coffee stimulating ketone production for energy, especially beneficial for the brain, highlight its power for metabolic health and longevity. Drinking coffee while fasting can boost ketone production, helping you stay energized and focused, even when you're skipping meals. And by suppressing appetite, coffee makes it easier to stick to your diet. Did you know coffee also helps regulate how fat is transported, burned, and even digested in the body? Let's break it down. Fatty acid translocase cluster of differentiation regulates fat transport into cells and binds fat to liver lipoproteins. Coffee compounds like caffeine, chlorogenic acid, and trigonelline, lowering fat storage, blood triglycerides, low-density lipoprotein cholesterol, and cardiovascular risk. Coffee also activates adenosine monophosphate-activated protein kinase, further limiting this protein's activity and directing fat to muscles for energy use. Coffee not only helps mobilize fat, but also boosts fat burning by increasing the activity of carnitine palmitoyl transferase, which transports fatty acids into mitochondria for energy. Compounds like caffeine, chlorogenic acid, and cafestol enhance this process. However, consuming carbs or insulin halts this process, since insulin promotes malonyl coenzyme A, which blocks carnitine palmitoyl transferase. For best results, drink coffee between meals or while fasting. Coffee also activates peroxisome proliferator activated receptor alpha, promoting fat burning in the liver, fat cells, and muscles, while chlorogenic acid increases the expression of retinoid X receptor to boost fat oxidation. Additionally, green coffee extract, cannabigerol, and trigonelline reduce fat digestion and absorption, while chlorogenic acid disrupts fat digestion by binding to bile acids. The result? Less fat gets absorbed into your system, leading to fewer calories being stored as fat. And unlike drugs, coffee achieves this without unpleasant side effects. Interestingly, caffeine, a compound in unfiltered coffee, also plays a role by inhibiting bile acid synthesis. Since bile acids are essential for fat digestion, this further limits the breakdown and absorption of dietary fat. So, whether it's blocking lipase enzymes, binding bile acids, or limiting fat transport proteins, coffee works on multiple fronts to reduce fat accumulation and support your fat loss goals. The next time you sip your coffee, remember, you're not just enjoying a drink, you're giving your body a boost in its fight against fat. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more tips on staying healthy and fit.